All right, we are very possibly live. Hello, internet. Oh God, I'm not stealing intros here. It is March 27th, 2022. This is podcast, I believe, 34 or 35. We've been doing this a while. Today we are going to be talking about uh, Hogwarts Legacy, impressions of the Elden Ring. Drop the and so much more. But before we dive into anything, I would love to make sure that we introduce our lovely guests. We have to go around in a circle and have everyone say a little bit about what they do. Thank you, KK, Gabby, Abby, and Ben of the GamingAvengerz for being here today. Let's let that podcast begin. Who wants to introduce? Well, no one actually ends up shouting out when you do that. Instead of you guys choosing, KK, would you like to tell people about your channel?
Okie dokie. All right. Hello. First of all, I just want to say, great rhyming scheme, Gabby, Abby. That's fantastic. Just good job. Way to go.
Good job,
Hello, hello, and hello, everybody. It's your boy KKrider. How's it going? Thank you, Pocket, again for having me again on here. Love being on here. Love seeing all these beautiful people again.
Thank you.
And I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. I'm usually playing from the most famous games like Celeste to the best games of the world, aka Barbie Horse Adventures, because I'm also a speedrunner of that game. We're gonna get the world record back one day, I promise, before the year's end. But yeah, it's definitely a bunch of chaos and stuff around my channel. So if you're all about that, I'm your guy.
I do love how we have our resident Barbie Horse Adventure speedrunner. I always forget about that.
Guys, I didn't even know that. That took me so much by surprise.
Yeah.
It's the best game ever made.
I can tell.
And I love how you're like saying the most popular games, and it's like Elden Ring probably outsold Celeste by how many million copies. But it is popular.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But it's like, it is the true game. I'm gonna get killed in the comments if I say something like, if you don't play Celeste, you're not a true gamer. Anywho, we should just move on. It's time to move on.
Before he gets canceled, go.
Yeah. Gabby, would you like to, I guess, tell people a little bit about yourself?
Yes, hi, I'm GabbyDigs. I'm also a variety streamer. We streamed over 100 games last year. That was my goal for the year, and so we're all over the map. I am one of those Elden Ring players. It's funny you mentioned Celeste. I couldn't beat Celeste. It made me too mad.
That's
so I switched to something easy like Elden Ring instead.
Yeah, this is blowing my mind that you couldn't beat Celeste, but you are like the Dark Souls Elden Ring person. Like,
that's why I find it so funny when people say the games are too hard, because it's just I don't know. It's just your play style, I suppose. I don't know, but yeah, that's me. Thanks for having me here. Really.
No, thank you. I guess next up, let's leave Abby for the end here, because you're in a car. Ben.
That's fine.
It's fine. Leave me here. I'll stay.
No,
I'll never
no.
come back.
Ben gets to do it. I don't know where Ben is in proportion to me, but to me, he's up there.
I'm way over here. Actually.
Oh, we're going actually in a circle, yeah.
Okay, because whatever. Order doesn't matter. Hi, I'm one half of the GamingAvengerz. Other half is
the other
right
half.
There. Yeah.
The other half.
We're also variety streamers. We've been doing like most of the Zelda games currently. One of us just started speedrunning Mega Man X.
One of us being Ben.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a little bit about us.
Yeah. Abby, how's the car ride?
It's fantastic, man. We got 2 hours till we hit Minnesota.
So, you're driving from where to where, or how long is the drive?
So we were down in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh boy.
To visit a friend, and we left at 8 a.m. this morning, and we're driving all the way back to Minnesota, right around the Red Wing area.
Oh no. Oh dear.
It's a 10.5 hour drive. Our ETA at the moment is 7:18.
It just like the perspective and the headset just makes me think you're in a cockpit.
You know what? That's kind of what it feels like. I got my feet up because I can't put them in the footholds.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Uh,
So we've got a lot of crazy things that have happened this week and honestly past couple weeks. But I've been waiting to kind of hear about Elden Ring. Out of all of us, I think Gabby's the only one who's played it. Am I right? Ben,
Isaac
did you
also
play it?
count Isaac?
Oh, KK?
I played it a little bit.
Okay. I've watched it, but that really does not count. That
No,
really
I've
doesn't
watched
count.
Isaac
Mm-mm.
play it.
Yeah.
Mr. 80 hours. He had 80 hours on that game the first week it came out.
Oh, that's fair.
That's an entire Persona 5 playthrough.
Yes. Yes.
Ouch.
That's how much he was playing it.
Oh my god.
So he's like half listening in, ready to like chip in any comments if that's okay.
Yeah. So I guess you too. Gabby or KK. Let's like Gabby. Would you like to tell us your impressions? I mean, obvious.
I guess sure. Yeah, but I am curious to hear what KK thinks about it, having just played a little bit. But I
Yeah.
mean, I'll start by saying, what is there to say?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's game of the century. I don't know. It's incredible. It's got something for everyone. It came off the tails of like Pokemon Arceus, and I was really excited about that. And then
No.
Poke what? Like, it's just, as I said before, like Celeste, it's a hard game, and like if you can't beat the boss, you can't beat the level, like you're stuck there, and there's nothing I hate more than being stuck. And the pivots in that game, you can just go anywhere. For once, I'm talking to the horse expert, so I guess I should watch what I'm saying. But I was gonna say, for once, the horse doesn't suck. Like I can double jump on a horse. It's incredible. I've never been like a mounted combat person. I like open world games, but man, Elden Ring, it ticks so many boxes. It's just
and I'm so confused. because you said like I don't like being in a place where like I can't beat the area, and I'm like, isn't Dark Souls like that? Don't you have to go to the boss, and if you lose you have to...
Yeah, Dark Souls was a little bit more contained, but there's usually like 2 or 3 bosses.
Yeah.
There were a couple pivots. It's never like one level that I find with some of these 2D platformers that I'm terrible at. that if you can't progress, you can't progress. Like you can't go back and level up. Or like even in Dark Souls, like you just keep killing all the little enemies until you level up, and now your sword is better, and now you go back. Like there's just, you can always get better, even if you you get better as a gamer, but like also your character just, you literally level up and you get stronger, and you fight him, and it's so satisfying. There's nothing like the satisfaction of a Dark Souls boss or Elden Ring boss. It's really great.
That's
I've
awesome.
been having a great time. I'm only at 80 hours in currently because I've been doing it 100% on stream. So I can only play when I feel like streaming.
How long is it?
Often, but you know.
I love how you just said only 80 hours.
Yeah, how long is this game?
Not a whole lot. Just 80 hours. It's it's baby steps.
I still have map pieces to find. Like it's huge.
Oh yeah, that game is humongous.
It's like getting lost in like a good book, you know? Like you don't want it to end because you love the character so much, and you're in the environment. It's so bright and beautiful, which is different from the other Dark Souls games. Aesthetically, it was not my style of game, but Elden Ring is. It's the color palette is incredible. It's beautiful.
And there's a poke turtle, from what I know.
But yeah, I'm curious. So KK, how far have you made it in?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I said I played a little bit only because I actually don't own it. My friend does, and I went over to my friend's place. and we had like a board game night with our friends. It was fun, and then I slept over. And then when I woke up the next day, he was just like, "Oh, I'm downstairs. I'm playing Elden Ring." And I was like, "Okay." So I went downstairs, and then he said, "Give me a minute. I need to beat this boss, and then or I need to like do this. I need to go save or whatever, and then we could switch to Smash." And that was the plan. And he never switched to Smash because I was too busy just watching the game. And then he had to like go do something real quick. He was just like, "You can play a little bit if you want." I was like, "Sure." Um, and it's funny because I've never been like a Souls person. The most experience I have was Dark Souls 3, where I had a bet if I could beat the first boss first try, and it took me 13. So that's the extent that I had. Um,
Yeah.
but um, going into Elden Ring, I was just like, I've seen what people said. I've seen what people like have like described the game as, but like just watching it, the game is absolutely gorgeous. It is just breathtaking. And like it's so like it's one of those like open world games where it's just like it feels like open world. Like in other games, like there might be like some constrictions, but in Elden Ring, like it never feels that way. You're always discovering something new. Like I remember in that one play session that I had with my friend, we were all like we discovered like this whole other piece of the map, like this whole like we thought it was like a small contained area, and all of a sudden the map opens up and it's a whole different thing. And I'm like, and also like to go off of, like Gabby says, like in Elden Ring, right? What's really cool is that like you can pick and choose what you want to do. Like for
Yeah.
example, like everybody knows about that first major, boss thing with the shield or whatever. I don't think I'm spoiling anything because that's literally the first thing you see when you boot up the game or whatever. And I just assumed that my friend already fought that thing and then was on the way forward. But he wanted to show me the area where it was. So he went back, and then I see it, and I'm just like, "Oh, maybe it respawned or something." He's just like, "No." I was like, "What do you mean, no?" He's like, "I just didn't fight it. I just ran away. I just went back for it later." So then while he was away, I tried to fight it. I failed miserably, but I've never had so much fun failing than I had when I played Elden Ring.
Wow.
Like this game, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty much guaranteed game of the year. There are so many great games coming out, but I don't know if there'll be another game that'll touch it like Elden Ring. Like it's insane.
That's
It's insane.
fascinating. It really
Especially
is fascinating because I was expecting it to be good, but I wasn't expecting them to actually pull it off. Whenever there's this much hype, you can't.
Right.
That is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, it is deserved. It's so weird how deserved it is.
That
I thought the same way you did. I thought it was just like, okay, maybe
Right.
it's just cool against like Souls players and stuff like
Exactly.
that. And then I tried it, and honestly, when I finally get through like the games that I have on deck, I'm totally getting Elden Ring. That is
Oh,
one of those
no.
games that I feel like I need to play.
That's so fascinating. I mean, I understand, and I really like open world games where there are no restrictions, like Breath of the Wild, for instance. How does it compare to Breath of the Wild? It's sorry.
They're both perfect games in my opinion. I loved Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is cozy. Elden Ring isn't cozy. Like you're not it's not gonna give you the same kind of like love feeling that you get, but it's perfect in its own way. It's mechanically it's
Yeah.
Dark Souls meets Breath of the Wild. It really is. It's
It probably has more detailed areas than Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild had a lot of landscapes that kind of looked similar. And I would imagine with Elden Ring there is a lot more detail. I don't know. My guess, because whenever I see a Dark Souls boss, I've never seen anything like it. So that's just my guess, but
Yeah, you get a lot of the same bosses, like a lot of the same like random encounter, not really random encounters, but like there's Lionels in different areas, but the Lionels all virtually look the same. Sometimes they're different colors, but
right.
like
Yeah.
you'll get Lionels in different areas. You've got the Bokoblins in different areas and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and just like Phrase was saying in the chat, like this is what I was agreeing with. There's lots of copy pasting and sparse landscapes in Breath of the Wild. Is that the type of thing you get in Elden Ring as well?
No. Like
It's weird because you never get to pause in the game. So when you actually get an area where there's no enemies, it's actually kind of nice because
Oh
you
wow.
want to like look at the items you just got. So I think any open world game is gonna feel a
There's
little like I
no.
wish there was more NPC quests, for example. I love the
Yeah.
NPCs. I wish those were a little more laid out, I guess, but
Yeah.
that's my
It's
thoughts.
it's interesting that there's no pause. I heard that there's a mod, like one of the first mods that came out was the pause button. Like
yeah, there
it's
was
yeah.
it was like an easy mode. Like it gives, well, not an easy mode, but like it would give you like a pause button, and then also like a little like you know how like Skyrim has like, you know, this is where that little area indicator type of thing.
Oh,
There's
the
also a mod that
the
has
the
that.
compass?
Yeah, the compass thing on top, the
Yeah.
like top thing. There's a mod that in that same mod or a different one, it has something like that too, where it lets you know. Because if you don't know where you're going, yeah, it'll be hard.
Tough.
You have to like, yeah, tough. You have to kind of like remember where you're. But the thing about
Right.
Elden Ring that's so cool is that even if you get lost, you're having fun no matter what. It's weird.
Right.
I
So
will say,
Isaac was saying stuff about how he's beaten it twice,
Oh, what?
and he said that he's beaten it twice now. He beat it again last night. And he said that like after playing through the game twice, he said none of it felt copy and pasted. Like
Oh, wow.
there was certain points where you fought the same enemy a few times, but
Yeah.
it made sense because it's the same area, or it makes sense that that enemy is there. But I mean, what he said is he said it didn't feel like any of it was copy pasted.
Oh, no.
yeah, like as soon as you step into like a different area, and you know when you're stepping into a different area, because the Elden Ring will let you know if you are not ready
Oh, yeah.
for an area real quick.
Oh, it will?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, if there's an area you're not supposed to be in yet, that first enemy will let you know, hey, get off my land.
Okay.
And but like yeah, like you'll never find the same enemy if like you're like saying you're in like a foresty area, you
Yeah.
won't find that foresty area in like the plains area, for example. Like there's like
Yeah.
different areas like actually located. Whereas Breath of the Wild, like I could find a Stalfos anywhere, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I will say, obvious, to help Breath of the Wild in its defense, it is only on the Switch, and the Switch can only handle so much. So I don't know if if Elden Ring came to the Switch, my mind would be blown, but it'll never will.
Elden
Probably
Ring
the
is
Switch.
on the Steam Deck at launch. It is
On the
already
Steam
on the
Deck.
Steam Deck.
Well, that makes sense. The Steam Deck is, I think, isn't it more powerful than the Switch?
Yeah,
A little
yeah,
bit?
it is.
No?
It is.
Yeah.
It's more powerful. I'm just saying it is fascinating to me that they were able to make the Elden Ring work immediately on the Steam Deck. That is really cool.
Yeah, that is pretty hype. And like maybe Breath of the Wild 2 will fix that. I don't know, holding out hopes, who knows, but as it stands, like I think to go off like Breath of the Wild and the Elden Ring, like the initial question for
Yeah.
me, it's kind of like they provide, yeah, like Gabby actually made it perfect. Like if I want to just like have an open world game where I get challenged, but I also get to like, you know, and like not like be frustrated at times. I play Breath of the Wild, and it's just so cozy,
Yeah.
so relaxing in areas, because there's definitely a lot of areas where yeah you could pause, but most of the time I don't pause in that game because I could just go somewhere and just look at the landscape and
Yeah,
whatever.
leave the
Whereas in
scenery.
whereas in Elden Ring, like if I want a challenge, but also like that same open world experience, then I'll go there.
I'm
And also
getting very convinced about this, but I do have my criticisms, and I'm curious. Nothing about Elden Ring. I'm curious how
It's
Elden Ring
perfect.
responds to specifically my biggest criticism of Dark Souls, which was like unfair deaths or deaths that I did not feel prepared for. It sounds like if there's something that's dangerous, you can just walk away or run away fast.
Much.
Yeah. Um.
I feel like I spend most of my time running away from it.
and
Just-
that makes sense. But you know the classic Dark Souls meme where it's like you're walking and a boulder falls on you and and it just says you died. Is that something you're finding?
there is one time, and I think everyone knows what I'm talking about, where It is absolutely. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who doesn't know, but there is one time specifically in the game where you can't avoid it, or you can if you know about it, but you won't know about it the first time you go through. I just remember being so frustrated going up those stairs, but that's all I'm gonna say.
But
Um,
yeah, knowing that what's
See?
going? Abby's losing it.
I mean, Abby's losing it because she knows. She knows what I'm talking about. There's a clip of it
Isaac is
somewhere.
like you're dying of laughter next to me.
Oh man.
There's clips of it happening to people where it's just like, oh my god, it's so dumb. But
Oh,
yes,
man.
there is some like unavoidable
I
things, but like it isn't like
It
all
sounds
the
like
time.
it sounds like that is part of the plot. It sounds like what you're saying is specifically part of the plot. It's specifically a learning experience. It's not a typical thing you find in the gameplay.
I think it's just
Or
the
am I
developers
wrong?
messing with you.
Yeah,
It's
like
just the
but-
just the developers having fun, like because they don't care. They really don't.
oh, God. Yeah.
But
I
in
can take
terms
a
of, like,
little of
fighting
that. I can only take a little of that.
yeah, but in terms of like fighting a boss or something, all the deaths that I got, I felt were my fault. I felt like it was just like, listen, get good,
Yeah.
or try something new, or try this, or come back later.
Yeah.
And that's why they add the option of you to escape. Whereas in other Dark Souls games, like there's like I don't know, a dragon blocking the way to the other side. You have to fight it no matter what. But in
Yeah.
Elden Ring, it's not like that. It gives you the option of what to do and different strategies and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
I'd say it's more fair in that respect.
the only thing I ask for is agency. And when a game takes away agency, which is what I've seen with my limited experience with Dark Souls, granted, but my experience with Dark Souls, it just like, that kills the game for me. It sounds like this doesn't do that, and I also am very critical of Dark Souls. While I know a lot of people who are diehards of Dark Souls really, really love it. So it did define a genre for a reason. I'm super curious to play this.
About agency is really important, I think, and what I really like about all the Dark Souls games, honestly, is that, as KK said, the deaths were always my fault. What I hate is when I lose because like the camera angle was off and I hit the button wrong,
Oh,
or like Witcher 3 was so annoying to me because I always was just doing the wrong thing, or like I would get hit on a rock. But mechanically, it's just such a tight game that like it really is like everything that you mean to do, you do. Like the
yeah.
buttons just work, and that's
I
really nice in a video game. Like the buttons just work.
yes.
It's so great when the controller works.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And Elden Ring does a really good job of that. I think all the Dark Souls games do. That's why I was so drawn to them, is because I was never mad at the game controller. You can be mad at the game, but being mad at the controller is different. And I'm never
Right.
mad at the controller.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I know some games actually will have it that if you're not facing an enemy, those enemies will not attack you. Something like I think, and I could be wrong. I think in Dynasty Warriors, specifically, Hyrule Warriors, if you have the enemies behind you, they won't hit you because it's a bunch of enemies all around
It's
you.
true.
So
true.
you're as long as you're, I think, engaging enemies in front of you, the enemies behind you won't be able to hit you. Because if not, then it's just I'm getting hit from all angles. It's impossible. That game as a concept is weird, anyways. It's 1,000 to 1.
Yeah.
But oh man.
I will say one thing
Yeah.
about the being the horse expert, as Gabby said.
Oh yes.
They perfected the horse gameplay on that. I will tell you that it is very hard to like. It is very hard to like when you have a horse like riding up like mountains and stuff, because you could like clip through it. You know, like Skyrim, sometimes it just like doesn't work. In my experience, the horse is great. It's a very great asset, and I love using it all the time when I can. When I played back then, it was great.
But can you import the horse into Barbie Horse Adventures, and will it increase your time?
Oh, probably. That horse is strong as heck.
Oh man.
I could double jump. I could double jump over the fences. I don't need any more keys. I could just double jump over the fence. So many good options.
You can't double
Oh,
jump
God.
in Barbie Horse Adventures. It has the realism.
If I could mod, I would. I would totally do that. Call it the
Someone
Dark
do
Souls
it.
run.
Mod Barbie
Oh.
Horse Adventures.
Yes,
Yes.
I would. I would if I could. 100%.
All right. What if you were to have any critiques of Elden Ring? Because I have not heard anything bad so far. What would they be? Like, I haven't heard anything bad so far. People were like that with Breath of the Wild when it initially came out. It was just a great game, and people are like, oh, it's the best game ever. Over time, people are like, a little monotonous.
I'm glad they added the patch where they actually show where the NPCs are on the map. I didn't know that I wanted that, and if someone said, "Oh, I wish they did that," I would have been like, "Nah, you're wrong." But I'm glad they added it.
Yeah.
Is it true that you
That
have to
was
make your
nice.
own maps? Like, people were like, I think the post was, bring a piece of paper with you, get out your scratch pad because you have to draw out some maps, or you have to take a bunch of notes. In Elden Ring because the game doesn't do it for you.
I have a unique experience that I'm playing it solely on stream, so I have chat as my Wikipedia.
Yes.
You know, like, so I don't know what it would be like playing not on stream, and maybe I probably would have missed a whole lot because there's a lot. It's a thing where, like, because there's so much, you're not going to get it all at once. You have to play it more and over and explore and read the things. And
But isn't that the beauty of it? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like
it's a
that's
blessing and a curse, I think.
yeah. I love games that you can just replay and you'll find something new that revitalizes the whole thing. Elden Ring. Okay, so Jack Lockjaw says, for me, Elden Ring is a little too big. I'd prefer if it were dialed back a smidge. Interesting. Yeah, I mean,
Isaac said that Isaac's opinion was he thinks that there are still broken builds that weren't patched out.
I was gonna mention that.
Okay.
Yeah, they patched out some of them, but they didn't patch out all of them. What was the build that you just said?
There's a build where you parry your own
You
magic
can
spell.
parry your own
yeah,
magic
that one.
spells, and it creates invisible projectiles.
Oh,
Yeah, it's with
man.
it was
Gabby's like, what? How do I do it?
It's too late now.
It deals double damage. Deals 1,000 damage.
Wasn't it like that shield thing? Like
A shield thing. They're asking.
Carrying shield.
Yep.
Yep, yeah.
That's
It
what
was
the-
like it's like I saw one of my YouTubers that I watch had a build like that where it's just like he had this like I don't know what the heck it was because again I didn't play Elden Ring that much.
Yeah.
But from what I'm understanding from looking at it, what happened was he set himself on fire for a little bit, and then when that happened, he could parry. And then it would like when he parried it, the game would think like, oh, he's parrying an attack. So he'd parry the fire and the shield. What it would do is it'd shoot out something or whatever, and then that would do 1,000 damage. It's weird.
Yeah.
That's
There's
like
so many builds
yeah.
like that is broken. Magic, for example.
And they weren't broke,
is-
and they weren't patched out.
But people
Yeah.
are using them
And
as
you can do that in
features.
PvP. People are doing it in PvP.
Oh
As we
no.
And so Isaac's like, that's my biggest critique is that is a broken build, and people are using it in PvP, and it hasn't been patched out yet.
It just
Yeah.
brings me back
It's-
to like the missing no glitch, like people turning bugs into features. You know?
Yeah, if the missing no glitch like hurt people in like PvP back in the day.
Yes, then we would have been very upset. Though it did.
Right.
I lost all the money on the I lost all my lunch money on the playground when I went 1v1 against people and they had infinite rare candies because of the missing no glitch in Pokemon Red and Blue.
Imagine connecting your Game Boy to another Game Boy and be like, "Let's go!"
Yeah,
and
let's
then
go.
They send out missing no
Yeah.
because you can catch it and
Oh.
you can't do any damage about it. There's nothing you could do, so then you lose.
No, I mean
It's
that
Think of
happened.
Think of that concept, but in Elden Ring.
Yes,
Because in
yes.
Elden Ring, if you
Yes.
have a build like that, and there's a bunch of other ones that I've only seen, that just demolish bosses like in like seconds. It is
Yeah.
insane.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, and Elden Ring bosses, I have noticed that the creativity, though it is typically in Dark Souls from my limited perspective, right? It's just like an amalgamation, like these weird horrors. The weird, very creative horrors, but it's like, okay, we're gonna grab a goose, we're gonna give it 7 legs, we're gonna turn it black, and and we're gonna give it a whole bunch of swords. Just pick a place on the model and place the sword. While creative, you know.
I can't wait. I can't wait to always think about that every time I see that boss.
Every time.
Thank you, Pocket. Now I'll never see the boss.
You're very welcome. I mean, they're very cool and they're very creative. But I guess my question is,
horror.
what? Yeah, really.
Very eldritch horror.
Yeah.
Sorry, your question.
Like, how long do they take typically?
Like fighting a boss in general?
Yeah.
Well, it just depends on how good you are, I guess.
Is
Like,
it really
for
that-
example,
yeah.
if like Gabby was playing, she'd probably beat it in like, I don't know, 10 tries, whereas me, it would
Fine.
take like
Oh,
50
first
tries.
try.
No, first try. My bad. It's my bad. First, doesn't even need anything. If you're like me and a novice, it'll take a bit, but it's
Yeah.
an adventure. But the thrill of beating one is still as amazing as ever. I will say that.
And that's what I noticed when I did get to fight a Dark Souls boss, except for when it was whatever. I did the first bell in Dark Souls. So I've gone through a couple of those bosses. Some of them were fun because it was an adventure of like, okay, I have to learn about how to beat this boss as I'm doing it, but then there were others where it was just like, there's just so much going on, you can't really learn anything, and you are dead. But no, that is very interesting.
Can I just make a comment about the first try emote in chat, Gabby? That's sick. Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
That's amazing.
Gabby. Is that phrase?
Oh
That's
my
phrase,
God.
isn't it?
Of course, everything is.
Yeah, every
Flava Phrase is my art manager.
All right,
yes.
all right, so where's the sub button here?
It's there, right?
Such amazing emotes. Yeah.
Know what I'm doing when I get paid.
So
I honestly find so sometimes the bosses are really hard, and apparently the bosses get really hard at the end, and I'm not at the end yet.
and that's
So I'm a
understandable.
little nervous. It's often the run up to the bosses that are the hardest part, and you're trying to figure out your way there. And there's like this one guy that respawns every time, and you feel like you killed him, so why is he here again? And there he is. But I often find that the bosses aren't as hard as the levels. Sometimes I don't know. It's so back and forth. Some of
This
them are
sounds so fair for a Soulsborne game. It sounds, I don't know, suspiciously fair to players.
I think it's a very fair game. As I said before, you're never mad at the controller.
Yeah.
You never throw your controller across the room. Not that I've ever done it, just in stories. I'm just saying. Just
Exactly.
stories.
Exactly.
Just
Or
stories.
like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I did just think about like something that is a flaw in Elden Ring that they fixed, I think. But
Yeah.
there was I did hear something about the autosave, because there is autosave in the game, but I did hear something about the autosave not always working. Because I was watching a streamer who was playing on the PS5 version of the game. He was like going through it, and like he had like closed out of the game, or like the game closed out or something like that. And he went back and he lost 2 hours of like gameplay fighting through 5 bosses. Or like not like 2 hours of gameplay, 10 actual hours. And like had to fight those 5 bosses again because the autosave, even though it said it worked, it didn't actually work. I think they fixed it in the recent patch, but that was something that was an issue that I saw.
Well, any game without saving, and any game that has autosave that you're relying on, that'll be an issue for, right?
I think the problem was that it did work, like initially. Like sometimes it would work and sometimes it wouldn't. I think that was the problem. Because at that point it's just like autosave worked before, why is it not working now?
Yeah.
I watched a streamer have to redo Margit. And that
Oh
was
no.
pretty funny.
Ooh, no. Oh no. Having to watch anyone do any boss in Elden Ring again is so sad, but also really funny because the rage is unreal.
Yeah, you can be mad at the. That was pretty terrible. That was a bad bug.
Yeah.
I think it's fixed, but
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was, but that
But
was
I,
just
I'm not gonna blame them for that because it's one thing. It's not. It is far from Cyberpunk, and it's also far from.
and again they fixed it.
It's
So
yeah, exactly. It's not a flaw within the gameplay. It's a flaw
No.
of something that, it's a bug. Bugs happen.
Right.
yeah.
A lot in Cyberpunk. Um, so that's great, and it's. I guess the next question is there going to be a sequel? Like what happens after Elden Ring? Like where do they go from there?
I
Elden
don't know
Ring
if it.
2.
I don't know if this was just Twitter being Twitter, but I read the creator said he was interested in the idea of doing a battle royale style game.
A
and I think
battle
that would be-
royale.
So battle royale Dark
Did you hear
Souls? Are
that?
you kidding me?
Battle Royale. The creator said that he was interested in doing a Battle Royale format. I forgot to mute myself while telling Isaac. I'm so sorry.
No, I
No, I
love
wanna
it because
hear
it's like,
Isaac's
did you
thing.
hear that?
Listen,
Did you-
honestly,
did
I
you
was
hear
interested to hear what he had to say, being like also
Yeah.
a Dark Souls person.
Here. Well, I don't want to unplug my microphone because I'm worried that it'll pick up too much of the car. Isaac, speak loudly. The possibility of opening it up to a sequel.
They did it the same way they did it with Dark Souls. They leave it open for a direct sequel, or they leave it open for a sequel far in the future of the world. So
That was surprisingly legible. We could hear that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know, I just moved my mic as close to him as I could without ripping it off my ears.
Yeah.
he has very smooth voice.
He has a very smooth voice.
A battle royale Dark Souls game that feels like the death of me,
Battle Royale.
but
version.
I'll try
That's
it.
Do you want me to disconnect you?
Never played a battle royale, but
I don't know how they
here I
would.
stand.
Yeah. How would they?
Oh.
I guess I do know how they would do that. Just don't put a battle bus like in Fortnite.
hey,
No,
Fortnite,
did you see they removed the building on Fortnite?
Fortnite-
I
I was
did.
just gonna bring that up. All right, I was
They're
gonna bring
getting
it up.
90% positive reviews now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
insane.
I
So
as someone who would I never played on stream. I'm like it's like if you have one embarrassing
have.
habit, what is it? Oh, it's Fortnite. It's Fortnite. Yeah, I am very happy that they removed the building.
no, it is insane now. Like it's so different. Like one of the things that I had a problem with in the past. Fortnite was like, it's Fortnite, it's whatever. I had a little bit of a when they added Naruto, I was just like, all right, now you got my attention, Naruto, whatever. But I still was bad at the game because people would build to quote one of my friends, you'd be playing the game normally and somebody would build the Taj Mahal while
Yeah.
you're trying to shoot at them, and then now
Yeah.
with that completely gone, and they add new mechanics the fact that you can your stamina meter can recharge now.
You have a sprint. You now have a sprint that's on a meter. In
Yeah.
addition to your standard run, and you have a slide they added in last season, so you can sprint into a jump, into a slide, and it's all mechanically very
And you can
smooth.
hop over things, or
Yes.
when there's a ledge, you can reach up. Ledges where you couldn't get normally, you would build. Instead, you would just jump and then press A again, and you would jump over it, kind of thing.
Yeah,
And you'd be surprised how much of those little differences make this game more dynamic than it used to be.
yeah. It's
like,
no
people are
horse,
now
but you
so
can get up to the other
confused.
level. Yeah.
I feel like I have a chance now because it's more so skill based rather than who can build the fastest.
Yeah, now it's more of an FPS.
Yeah, it's more of an FPS.
It's more of a
Third person.
TPS
Not
or
FPS.
something. It's more of a third-person
Yeah,
shooter.
and that's what I was thinking, but that didn't sound right, so I just said third-person shooter instead.
Yeah. I don't know if they call it TPS because that still sounds weird. It just sounds weird.
I don't know.
I just think that that's so wild. I never thought we'd see the day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I played it a little bit when it first came out because my brother had it, and he was like, Abby, play this game with me. And I was like, it's free, okay. I was horrible at it. Oh my god, it was atrocious.
Still am. Still so bad.
No, it's same.
You know.
I'm just bad at shooter games, period, though.
Same. Garbage.
Yeah. I my friend was sad, so I was playing a little bit of Fortnite, and then I just got addicted to the fact that you spend what Gabby's saw something immediately. Oh,
The I love tower defense games. I didn't realize there was a tower defense games
I didn't
from
think
Jack
so either.
Lockjaw.
there's a tower defense game?
That's what Jack
Apparently.
just said in chat. Yeah,
Apparently.
I was interested.
I'm curious about the tower defense game. Yeah, tower defense games are not like popular. They're real time sinks. I love
Gabby, you like the exact same games as Isaac. I swear. I swear, the exact same games. She's like, Elden Ring, Dark Souls, these are great.
Rogue
Isaac's
Tower?
sitting here like, yeah.
You playing Rogue Tower
defense?
right now? That's
Oh,
the tower
God.
defense game of
Maybe-
now.
maybe-
the
Rogue
tower defense game
maybe
is
Rogue
Warcraft
Tower?
3. I'm sorry, what, KK?
Oh, I was just teasing them, just like meet me in Rogue Tower, huh? Yeah.
Uh, Warcraft 3 mods were the tower defense game. Am I the only one who played those silly mods? Maybe. I don't know. I think that's where the tower defense.
I think that's where it popped off.
Yeah, I think that's really where it kind of popped off,
Yeah.
and it was amazing. You'd go in and it'd be like South Park tower defense, play it. And some people would mod them better than others. So you'd get like sound clips or sometimes models from the game from other games, but not always. They'd just be like, "This is Kenny, and it's a skull that's on fire, and it's also a tower." I love tower defense. Is this whatever? I don't know. I don't know what tower defense is these days. I don't know what is that the newest hottest tower defense game.
I think we see like
Yeah. Rogue Tower is really incredible.
Oh wow.
I think it just came out this year. It came out really recently, but it's a good one.
I
I think it comes out like every far in between. I think people just less highlight it nowadays as they used to, but I do think it's still like still there, still like
yeah, people know
Oh,
balloons and they know Plants vs Zombies,
Plants
which is
vs.
not
Zombies.
which is not a tower defense game. It's not
No.
the
I
same.
didn't like it.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I didn't like.
it,
I
yeah.
thought it was all right.
I
was
liked it when
okay.
it was in Flash. I played it on PopCap.com when it was in Flash, and it was amazing. They had an insane aquarium and that, and now it's like this weird multi-million-dollar franchise.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't
What?
mean to interrupt. I just read Jack Law.
Oh yeah,
Jack
if I missed something in
Lockjaw's
chat,
recent
let us
thing.
know. What?
So with so like I'll read the comment. It was like it was the first incarnation before the battle royale mode. It's where the building construction thing came from. There were different maps with objectives up to 4 people could play. A few of the maps were defending against waves and you could shoot them and lay traps. And then I went, "Oh, because I remember that, but I thought it was like I heard it was like a zombie like what Fortnite was supposed to be. Like it was like
Yeah.
Fortnite Save the World."
Look
know?
up the original trailer for Fortnite. It's jarring.
Yeah, that's where now I'm just like, oh yeah, I guess that is tower defense now that I think about it, but I just never thought of it that way. I just thought of it as just like waves, and like I thought of it as like Call of Duty Zombies, but not, because it was actual like monsters and stuff going at you from what I
Yeah.
saw in the trailer. But yeah,
I-
dang, it's too bad we never got to really play that.
Yeah, I still also have my desktop tower defense game for the Nintendo DS. I don't know if you guys ever played desktop tower defense. It was a Flash tower defense game. It was a very popular Flash tower defense game. And it was so popular that they actually made a DS version of it. I didn't know that until I found the obscure copy. But, yeah, whatever. It's a tower defense game.
Tower defense, we love it.
My favorite, it was a PlayStation exclusive. I'd never owned a PlayStation before, but Monsters I don't know.
It's called Monsters?
It's called Monsters by they can't just call it by Monsters. It has the brand name after it. Fraser in the chat, help me.
Oh,
Pixel
Pixel
Monsters.
Junk!
There we go.
That has Pixel Junk Monsters, and I have Pixel Junk Monsters 2. I actually got stuck in Pixel Junk Monsters 2.
That's by far my favorite tower defense game. I love it so much.
I am stuck. I'm going to try it again later, but I also tower defense games, they take hours and hours and hours away from your life. They have, I think, Persona DLC in there. Or is it, no, Danganronpa. I think they have Danganronpa DLC in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild crossover, but
Danganronpa's like that.
go off.
Yeah.
Pixel Junk Monster.
Oh, man. Pixel Junk Monsters. Yeah, that looked, and it's gorgeous. Pixel Junk Monsters also on the Switch is is probably more gorgeous than Breath of the Wild in terms of like asset by asset. It's just very shiny.
It's one of the few video game soundtracks that I will listen to. Like, it's falling asleep music for me. Like, it's just, I love the soundtrack so much. Lots of happy feels with that game.
Vibe music. We love vibe
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
I really need to replay
That
it.
was Undertale for me. That was Undertale for me.
Undertale,
I mean-
Hades, Celeste,
Oh yeah.
Hollow Knight.
Yeah, nothing like listening to Megalovania and then going to bed, right?
Yeah.
Yes. The stress response.
Love it.
Yeah.
So funny story, real quick. The other day I was listening to a relaxing Breath of the Wild playlist, whatever, and right smack in the middle, it was one singular video. Somebody right smack in the middle decided to put the Guardian theme. Right smack in the middle of this relaxing soundtrack. And so you're hearing like really sweet sounds, and then suddenly it's just like the piano kicks in and you're like, oh god, what's happening?
Dun, dun. Oh my god. That's so mean. That's
That
so
was
mean.
Modern
so
day
mean.
Rickroll.
That's so mean.
Yeah.
You could be at work, like just vibing to Breath of the Wild music, and then you hear that, you're just like,
Where's Guardian? Where is it?
So-
Where's my fight or flight response?
So I think IMDb and some other places now they'll do movies that are free with ads. YouTube actually, that was, you know what, this counts as news because YouTube announced that they're doing free movies with ads. It's like 500 movies.
really?
Yeah, they're doing free movies with ads, which I don't know if I get that just for free now because I am a YouTube premium subscriber. Yes,
Oh, look
one
at
of two
you.
people in this
Wow.
chat
You
with a
got no
YouTube premium
ads.
subscription. Don't want to brag or
Look at
anything.
you.
You can listen to YouTube outside of the YouTube app.
Yes.
Dang.
I mean, that is what I need. I'm in New York City and we have a subway, so I either need to scrape it or
No, I'm just teasing.
Yeah.
That's a great feature. I wish I had, but I'm not gonna do that.
yeah, exactly.
Spotify has that without
That's
any
true.
additional cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got him.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Sorry for proving you wrong. Sorry. But IMDb has this feature where they'll have free movies with ads. So last night, my buddies and I got together and we're like, we're gonna watch The Imitation Game. Wasn't my idea, but it's a great movie. And we
Interesting.
watch it, and it's a serious movie about Alan Turing, taking place in World War II, and it's super serious. Coming to VHS and DVD, you know, like in the middle of like serious scenes, it would just hard cut
Ooh.
to like a Rio 2 trailer, you know, like it would hard cut. We're just like so confused.
Oh my god.
But
I think yeah.
Yeah, that's what we get to
They're
look
not
forward
very
to.
good. They're not very good at cutting. the
No,
ads at all.
because
Like,
where do you do it anyways? Like, where do you cut these movies?
like unless they like do it like unless they watch every single movie that they're gonna do. Like I understand it's gonna happen, but it's
It's
still
gonna
hilarious.
happen.
It's like it's like if you watch it on TV.
Oh my god, it's just crazy. Yeah, so that was a fun.
What?
Yeah, video game soundtracks. It's a good theme. Do you want to talk about Hogwarts Legacy or video game soundtracks? Because I have Sans over here. I think I have a fake Sans and a real Sans, and they're both identical. I think the AliExpress one is identical. They're both gifted. Anywho,
They're both beautiful.
yeah, they're both beautiful. Okay,
Beautiful.
I don't know where to
Um,
put this. So what shall it be? Hogwarts Legacy or video game music? Ben, what's more up your alley right now?
I'm more into the soundtracks, but like I know Gabby wanted to talk about the whole.
Oh, we'll talk about it. I'll make sure we talk about it
Okay.
later.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. There's also the fact that apparently Among Us is having they're down. They've been down for a while. I think it's over a day, maybe 2 days because of DDoS attacks.
Oh, that.
Like what? Anywho,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
we don't care about them because we're talking about soundtracks now.
We don't need to talk about Among Us. That game sucked. No,
Ben said it. Among Us wants you to know. Ben said it's not important. No, so let's.
Darn, I guess we'll have to cancel the stream that we didn't have planned.
No more Among Us for you guys.
What is the best video game soundtrack that you guys listen to that is not the most obvious one? Because Undertale is that good.
Undertale's really good.
It's just really good.
Yeah.
Hopes
You
and
have to be in the
dreams.
right mood for it, though.
Hopes and dreams for the win.
The genocide route of all the boss themes in that game is just, it's so good, but it's so like, how could you lock it behind the genocide route? How could you do that? How could you do this to me?
I'll
Like,
let them know your vote.
some people,
That's the whole point.
I know, like myself, have never done the genocide route and will never
Right.
know the beauty of that music, other than Megalovania, which is like, you're gonna hear it, but like,
You're gonna hear it. Yeah, Megalovania is locked under the genocide route or anywhere on YouTube. Anywhere.
And you can get it anywhere you want.
Jack Black's YouTube channel has a lot of Undertale references.
Does it? That's
Yes. Like I think yeah.
cool. Isaac's vote goes for the Halo soundtrack.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
Insanokate says Donkey Kong Country 2.
Yo, that's
so good.
That's so good. It's so good. But I have a soft spot for that game. Oh my god, one of my childhood
Fair.
games.
Oh, fair.
Javik
For,
says
Tony Hawk out there.
oh my gosh, yes.
Wanna
That's
go-
fair.
yeah.
Yes, I remember going into your Tony Hawk stream, Gabby, and it's like, nope.
No, DMCA.
DMCA, no music. No music here.
We had
Oh, yeah.
music. It was just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
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 That YouTube music.
Yes. Sorry, I'm just trying to see. Welcome UBC. Javik says, ROR2 soundtrack is great. That's Risk of Rain. I loved Risk of Rain 1, and I can't get into Risk of Rain 2. It's very tough.
I'm the exact opposite. I couldn't
really?
get into Risk of
I
Rain
liked
1.
What is
Couldn't
that
get
game?
into. Go ahead, Ben. Sorry, I didn't.
Oh, I love to. Two's
Yeah.
great.
Me too. I love to.
Do they have online
should play
co-op
Guys,
in
what is this
2?
game? I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
There is. Oh, Risk of
Me and
Rain
Gabby
2?
are like, what's going on? Risk of Rain.
I mean, next time you're here, we'll
Only
have
two
to
have a
show
preference.
you. But,
Yeah.
Um,
I was like, if it's online co-op, I
it is
have it.
online co-op.
I have it on
That's
Switch.
why I love it so much.
Oh, see,
Really?
PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a roguelike, and so fun fact about Risk of Rain, I play it very cheaply with like one of the characters in the first game where you put up turrets and it just does the work for you. It just shoots at all the enemies around you. And I play it on the Vita. That's where I first bought it. And I got my Vita to crash multiple times. Because it's a roguelike, and so they're just spawning enemies at you. And then they just, it's a roguelike, so it increases its intensity. And at a certain point, it's just so many assets on screen, and that's built for a computer. But on the Vita, yeah.
It was not
Same
a good
thing.
time.
It's
Same
2D as well, so it should actually be able to handle the assets. It's just doing too much of it. They could figure out a way to balance it, but
Right.
yeah. So
Jask was just like, Abby, are you driving?
yes.
No, Isaac is. Isaac is driving. They asked if I was driving. I swear to
gonna-
God, I would not
gonna-
drive while doing
I
this.
was
That
was
that
gonna
was
be-
my
I was
first
gonna be-
question. Sorry, KK.
I was
But I'm
gonna
wearing my belt.
I was
Safety
gonna be
first.
I was gonna be the one to just be like, yes, she is. She's really wanted to be on this
driving.
podcast so bad.
Driving. The window right here. I'm driving. I'm in the UK actually. The window's
Yeah.
on the other side. And I'm driving.
Yeah, you should really put your hand like out for the rest of the stream, just like a little forward. So it's like yeah.
Confuse everybody.
Oh.
Oh.
So let me see in the chat if there's any other soundtracks. Jask is a friend of the show. What's your favorite soundtrack? Oh, we've also got Jack Lockjaw. with Into the Breach. I have not been able to play that yet. I'm very excited to play that. Katamari Damacy is a bop. I was gonna say it's only that one song, but it's not. Like, all the music in Katamari Damacy is amazing. That game came out of nowhere. Valhalla. That's a interesting pick. That is an obscure pick.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
No, I think this.
Or is there
if
an
I'm
actual
correct,
game called Valhalla?
yeah, if I'm correct, this is the
I'm
one where you're
so
a
sorry.
robot.
Now I
Yeah.
stuck into the franchise. Oops.
Jazz.
Gabby looks very intrigued.
Just now looking into, is this the cyberpunk bartender action game, or just trying to Google this Valhalla thing?
I think. Well,
Valhalla?
I think it's a
You've
robot
never-
name. I
But
could be
the way
wrong.
that it was written was different. It was like VA
Yeah.
hyphen LL. Yeah.
Oh, it is the cyberpunk bartender game. Interesting.
Yeah, wow.
And for anyone in chat who's wondering, we were asking for favorite soundtracks, especially ones that we not necessarily were going to think would be your favorites. For me, just because it's nostalgic, Donkey Kong Country 64. People like Donkey Kong Country 2. There's something weird about Donkey Kong Country 64. It just hits you.
Mega
Yeah.
Man. Super Mario
Ooh.
World.
Super Mario World, yeah, of course.
Any Zelda game is just you're like,
Yeah,
I can listen to
any
this all day.
mainline Nintendo game. Is there a mainline
Okay.
Nintendo game with a bad soundtrack?
A
I
bad
don't
one?
think so.
I guess the new Super Mario Brothers series, I guess, but that's just because it's the same one
It's
over and over and over
derivative.
again.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I'll find one. But
Heck, it knows.
I think they had to redo all the music for Sonic Dark Brotherhood, the Sonic RPG.
Do not.
What? What's going on?
We're talking about best soundtracks here, Pocket. just saying.
Oh, not that. I'm
Oh,
saying that,
okay.
like, I asked if there's any that are bad, and we were like, okay, New Super Mario Brothers is kind of the same thing, and I'm like, you think that's bad?
Dark Brotherhood.
The game that like is. There's so many things that went wrong with the development of this, the only Sonic RPG. I think it's the only Sonic RPG.
It is.
Oh my god. There are so many things that went wrong. There is no possibility for the sequel because there are licensing issues that they'll run into. And all of the, I believe a large portion of the tracks are remakes of other. Oh, okay. Now I actually do get the notifications of people rating me. Welcome in.
Hello.
Yes. Thank you, Tuba.
Tuba.
For anyone who's just
Tuba.
joining us now, we are discussing your favorite video game soundtracks, and we were.
And we're
We're
starting
also
off.
discussing bad ones.
No, we're
well,
starting
yes.
Favorites with Sonic the Dark Brotherhood.
Yes, that is
soundtrack
on
is
the
best
record.
soundtrack.
Is my
I've
favorite
ever heard in my life.
soundtrack. Yes.
The best one, huh?
Have you heard the remix for Green Hill Zone in the first area of the game? No.
Oh my gosh.
Good.
Good.
It's not
Good.
Your life expectancy has just went up. Yeah.
No,
good.
like the soundtrack is so bad that the remixes you can't even tell are remixes. Like I didn't even know that first area was actually supposed to be a remix of Green Hill Zone, and I was just like, it was? Really? How?
Yeah, it's all these like very quickly put together remixes of old Sonic games from what I can recall. Though
it was.
Though I really want to play it on stream. I have to hack my 3DS to do that.
I will say, like, as much as like the gameplay itself, like I did play it, and I did fully complete it. It wasn't bad. It was all right. It was okay. It's the only,
Yeah.
it's the only Sonic RPG
Yeah.
that we know of. Who knows? Sonic
That I know
Frontiers.
I mean, that's
Who
got
knows?
RPG mechanics, possibly. Yeah.
Wait, isn't
Sonic
the new
Fronts-
open world Sonic game gonna be called Breath of the Sonic or something?
Breath of the Sonic Breath.
Actually, it's
Sonic
supposed to be
Breath.
called Sonic Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Sonic Xenoblade Chronicles, the new open world Sonic.
Xenoblade
man.
Sonic? Who knows?
Somebody edited a picture of Sonic standing over Link from Breath of the Wild, and they went, "Wow, the new open world Sonic game looks great, guys."
Yeah.
It's the same shot. It's the same shot. Everyone used the same shot. Pokemon Arceus did it. Elden Ring did it.
Yeah,
Ben 10 did it.
speaking of Xenoblade, that soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I would hard vouch for Xenoblade Chronicles X. That soundtrack is gorgeous.
I would vouch
Needs
for
more
The
love.
Last of Us.
Oh, Last of Us, a game
Fair.
that
The
oh
first
yeah.
one, not the second one.
I haven't seen, okay, because I was like, I have to play through. I feel like it's a rite of passage for me to play through Last of Us, and so I was grinding through it. And it's these games that like I don't care for, but I'm grinding through,
Right.
and I'm trying. And my roommate is like, "Why are you doing this?" And he was streaming it with me. This was actually like one of our first streams. I'm like, "We're doing it."
Right.
We did 3/4 of the game, and he's like, "No, I'm not coming back. You're not enjoying the game."
Right.
At all. But it's
Well,
yeah,
and it's not everybody's play style. And like,
yeah,
yeah, I'm speaking only about the soundtrack at the
Yeah.
moment. I love the game, but like, the soundtrack I think is just phenomenal.
most people love the game. I have a
Oh, I
copy of
love
the
it.
game. It's yeah,
I've
But it's
never
not.
played
It's
it.
not your play style. So,
but I
like,
want.
It's
I
just
want
like
it.
Elden Ring is not my play style. Gabby and Isaac love it, but I probably wouldn't because I get frustrated really easy.
But it
Yep.
sounds like Elden Ring is that good.
I know.
I have a
Oh,
question
man.
for. I'm gonna circle
Oh,
back to Elden
Ben?
Ring.
Sorry.
What's up?
Where do I start? Do I start with Elden Ring? Do I start with Dark Souls? Where do you recommend?
I'd
Sorry, I'm
Gabby?
like super off.
no. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't have the right answer because I'm not the one to say. I'm not the one who's
Right. I was-
knowledgeable.
yeah,
Dark Souls, Elden
I
Ring.
think-
What do you start with?
Honestly, would say Elden Ring at this point. If you
Gabby
if you
also
ha-
said Elden
you've
Okay.
made it this far and you didn't feel the need to play Dark Souls yet, it's
Okay.
still Dark Souls. You know, like it's still Dark
Okay.
Souls.
Right.
Elden
I-
Ring is bigger and better, and if you're just gonna play one, I would probably say that one and then Bloodborne.
Isaac
Probably.
said that it's the most user friendly to start out with too.
I think so.
Yeah.
And if you're only gonna play one, it's big, it's huge. That's what I would suggest.
I've only played a little bit of like both Dark Souls and Elden Ring, and I can honestly say with 100% like confidence, Elden Ring.
I've played
Dark Souls.
0 Elden Ring and I've played Dark Souls and I 100% think
I-
maybe Elden Ring. Like
I
it sounds like
I
it.
think if you enjoy Elden Ring, like if you really enjoy that gameplay, then you'll be more interested to go into like other Souls games. Whereas if you played a Souls game before you played Elden Ring, it'll most likely turn you off, and then you won't play one of the best games ever made. Honestly, I'm not.
I love Jask's.
I'm not. It
what?
is. Like we're gonna be talking about Elden Ring years from now. It's
Forever.
one of the. It's
It's
one
Yeah.
game of the
best games.
century. It's not game of the year. It's literally
Like-
game of the century. It's
like,
it's
it-
incredible.
In my heart of hearts, I want to say Kirby is going to win Game of the Year. In my heart of hearts, because that Kirby game just came out, and I have not played it, and it is eating at me every single day. But I will say, it's Elden Ring's gonna win Game of the Year. We know it. Come on.
Yeah, and that's
Be honest with yourselves.
Come
That's
on
fine.
now. Breath of the Wild 2 could come out this year, and it might, unless it's a super duper banger that just completely I don't know. Breath of the Wild 2 could take it, I guess. At the
Yes.
last
The
second. Who
Wild
knows?
is like probably not gonna drop until like watch. They're gonna be like, oh, here we're gonna drop it December 31st of 2022
yeah.
because we're cutting it down to the deadline. They haven't changed their
Legacy
date yet.
comes out in 2022. Just saying.
What does?
Oh my
We still got
God.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Does it really?
Yeah, Christmas.
Uh-oh.
It's coming out,
Oh,
yeah.
Wait,
man.
what's
Of course
coming
it
out on
does.
Christmas?
The Hogwarts Legacy game. Just to
Oh, the one that we need to talk about.
Yes.
What a segue. Good
What
job.
a segue. Well, I just want to make sure that I quote that I keep up with
That you
chat
can
just a
play it.
little bit. That's why my head's bobbing back and forth. Screw Squad said Monster Hunter Rise, and Jask said that he has sweatpants with the exact same flannel as your shirt, Abby.
This is Isaac's. I stole it because I got cold.
It's cold
And now
out.
and
I
Isaac,
have
you're
sweatpants
never getting
with
it back.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Tifa's theme. Okay, Cyberpunk. JW Brain. I don't know, when does Cyberpunk 2077 come out? Because it's gonna blow our minds. Something like that. Yeah.
2077 will all be there.
And then
Yes.
Senokate said Forgotten Land is really good. Kirby really sucked me in. I'll let myself out. He
I
actually
get
got
it.
auto modded for that. And let me know if I missed any chats. That's fine. We are going to move on to Hogwarts Legacy. What am I missing? I think I saw the first teaser for it, and it was like, okay, we're getting some open world thing. What are we getting?
So I was born in 1989. Just full disclosure, I'm in my 30s. I know, right?
Same here.
No, you're not. There's no way.
I know, right?
Wait,
So I was 11 when Harry Potter was 11. I'm just like I expected my owl every year. Like maybe I'm a late starter, you know?
I settled for a
13.
pigeon.
You just wait. I've always said as a fan of Harry Potter, and I really don't want to talk about the author, honestly. But as a fan of Harry Potter,
we don't need to talk about the author.
we can. Hogwarts was my favorite character of the book. Like Hogwarts was just big magical building that it made some sense, but it didn't make a lot of sense. And this game, it really seems like you get to explore Hogwarts in a way that you wanted to in the books, and eventually Harry Potter leaves Hogwarts. You're like, but you still haven't finished. These. I was to learn.
Gabby, you're so bad about it. You're like, why did you leave Hogwarts?
I love the idea of Hogwarts. I just always have. It was just me. It was my generation. It was just perfect. And I'm just really, really excited about and so watching the 22-minute reveal video, I was so worried. I'm like, this is gonna get stale, and then they just kept showing more and more and more.
Oh, man.
And I'm cautiously optimistic.
Is it like Final Fantasy VII, where it's like Hogwarts' building is most of it?
It seems there's
Final
you
Fantasy VII
both
remake.
do a bunch of classes, so it seems like there's 6 or 7 classes that you go and you learn.
Interesting.
There's charms, and you make plants and potions or whatever, but there's also the side quest with the goblins. I don't really know. It seemed to just keep going though. And so I was excited about it because that's what Hogwarts was to me. It was this magical, never-ending source of magic. I know it's lame, but it's
Oh,
exactly
no,
what
I
it
mean,
was,
like-
and so I'm really
that's
excited
awesome.
about it.
I remember going to a birthday party because it was, I mean, at that time, Pokemon was a phenomenon, and Harry Potter was a phenomenon, and it was just
grade
it was
5 for me right
everything.
there.
It was everything, right? And
Gabby was in Harry Potter, and I was in Pokemon.
yeah,
I was both. I was big
both.
Pokemon fan.
On my
I was
Game Boy-
That was elementary school to me, as Harry
had
Potter
both.
and Pokemon.
yeah. And so I would go to a birthday party, and it was themed over Harry Potter, and it was just we would make these potions or something. The parents were very nice about it. It's all sorts of Etsy stuff these days, but it was it was really something else. So man. But what is the actual gameplay? Is it, I assume it's a third person shooter with a
seems
wand.
like that. Yeah, you
Which is-
create. It seems like you got a character creation. You make your own character. So the other thing is that it's set in the 1800s. So it's very
Interesting.
pre all of the events in Harry Potter. So the idea is that you're exploring Hogwarts without all of the Harry Potter stuff. That's why
Yeah.
it's called Hogwarts Legacy and not Harry Potter Legacy.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
Time travel.
I guess the way when I saw the gameplay, because in terms of this game, I'm not the hugest Harry Potter fan under the sun, so it never really interested me. I understand how big this game is. With the author, right? Whatever. It's whatever. I feel like
it had an author.
For me-
It still has an author.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The quick thing about it that we don't need to talk about. If you want to, we could, but for me, it's just we're interested, we're supporting the game and what the franchise, not whoever made it or whatever. It doesn't separate. I don't think anyone's just gonna go. I don't think anyone buys this game and it's just buys a Mario game. It's just I'm doing this for Miyamoto. No. That's not.
Right.
No, you're doing it because it's fun. and
Miyamoto
whatever,
is
so.
apparently hard to
Right.
work with.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know.
I think
But
this
like,
game is for non-Harry Potter fans. I really don't think it's going to
If
be the
you hate
Elden Ring
Harry
of Harry
Potter-
Potter.
Sorry.
If you are not a fan of the series, I don't think it's for you. But I
Oh.
really, really was. So
no,
Yeah.
yeah.
like as a non-Harry Potter fan, I will say the game does look good. If you guys have ever played Spellbreak, which is like this battle royale from a while ago,
I played
where
it.
it's,
I
like,
played it.
Basically,
It's free on
yeah, where it's
Switch.
like, with spells and stuff, that type of thing.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of, because you're like shooting off different spells and combinations, things like that, but more fleshed out. I feel like that's what Spellbreak wanted to be, but it's just not. Whereas like Hogwarts Legacy is exactly that and more. Like the gameplay, like that 22-minute trailer. Like I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but watching it, I was just like, okay, this game could be a banger. All right, it could if it wins Game of the Year like every other gosh darn game coming out this year. 2022 is just stacked. It's not fair. My wallet cannot handle it, but that's a side note. Anyways,
That's great.
um,
The sun is trying to kill Abby. I love it.
Yes,
I think it
is.
Yeah,
Isaac's trying to move the little mirror thing to try to block my face a little bit, and all it's doing is frustrating him because it's not working. So I'm just gonna keep my arm right here. But we turned, so it's okay. It's a little bit better.
It's a little
Yeah.
bit better.
Yeah, Pocket. I would just watch. I think if you watch the trailer, you'd
Yeah.
definitely be more interested in
It's-
it a lot more. 'Cause
It's fascinating to me because I have friends
really,
who are
really
like
cool.
die-hard Harry Potter fans, like specifically Harry Potter. And I was a fan of it growing up, and it was hype. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't have the lust for it as I once had. If it's a great game, I'm surely going to get back into the franchise because great
Right.
gameplay beats everything.
Well, yeah, like Gabby said, like this is the first like game where you actually get to like dive deep into like
Well, yeah,
They had those,
there's no
they
way
had
you
those
area you're
could.
little
pursuing.
mobile games that apparently are not very good. The mobile
The mobile
games
game
for
where
Harry
it's
Potter.
not even a game, and you have to
No,
like press a button every
Are you
once in a
talking
while.
Harry Potter Pokemon Go edition?
No,
Oh
no,
my
no, I'm not-
gosh, I love
I'm not
that
talking
game.
about that.
Chris, you guys.
Harry Potter Pokemon Go edition. Love that one.
No, that was a
Played
game.
for-
There was like another one that was infamous on Reddit because it was like, you click a button, great. Now wait 16 hours for something, and then you can come back and press the button again to do your class. I'm like, I've done classwork and it wasn't this painful. Why do I have to
Yeah.
do fake classwork and have it be more painful?
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I really want to find that Reddit post. It was like on the top page.
I haven't seen anything for this game.
Yeah.
Isaac was
Announced
Isaac's
something
been
like
there-
400 days ago. Like I remember them announcing it. And I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
so cool.
just
And then
felt
all
like-
of a sudden,
Yeah,
we
it
got
was-
a
it was like a
22-minute
s-
trailer.
It was like a small announcement, I think, during... I mean, it was a big deal, but it was a small announcement during, like, a PlayStation Direct or something, right?
They-
I
they didn't
remember
show-
hearing about it.
Yeah, they
like,
didn't
over a
show
year ago.
anything. They barely showed anything back then. And all of a sudden, one day, they just shadow dropped 22 minutes out of nowhere. And it's just like,
Jeez.
okay.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
I watched it
Ooh.
just today, to be honest, like about 2 hours ago. 'Cause
Okay.
I knew we'd be here, but
Pocket goes,
I was like really like
Uh,
reserved at first because nothing's gonna top Elden Ring. So I don't know, I'm
Something
excited.
might top Elden Ring. There's only one
I'm
thing that could top Elden Ring, and Ben hates it.
true. This is true.
What is it? What
Is
Ben
this
hate?
actually true?
No, Milesios starting nonsense again.
What
Oh
did
my
Ben
God.
hate? What does Ben hate? Wait. Are we talking about Skyward Sword?
No.
No.
Millennials.
He hates that game. That's
It's my
beautiful.
birthday. Not my birthday. I don't know why he's on about this, but it's Breath of the Wild 2. Jazz knows. Thank you, Jazz.
Okay, there you go. Yes, he's excited for Breath of the Wild 2. In
Yes.
chat, they were saying it's Ben's birthday, but apparently it's not.
No,
It's
a
not
mid-sized
Ben's birthday. It's a channel meme that
It's a
we
channel meme.
say happy birthday to Ben every single day.
Every single
Every
time.
day is
Every
Ben's
single-
birthday.
Every time he goes live, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Ben.
We did
Happy
want to
birthday.
say, though, happy birthday, knowing this fact.
His
Happy-
actual birthday is in May.
Yes. It's going to be awkward
Uh,
except for that one time. Yeah.
Right,
Uh,
exactly. Exactly.
Uh,
Every time.
KK, you're going to
Diggs
say
says
something?
happy birthday.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
Thanks.
Gabby,
No thanks,
Gabby
Gabby.
Diggs says happy birthday. Oh,
What is this
God.
like? I'm scared to click Gabby.
I'll
Like,
click it.
comment,
I
and
don't know- I
subscribe.
don't know
Happy
what it goes
birthday.
to.
That, like, right
Don't click
back.
I don't know what it goes to. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay.
It's
I can't be reached.
bitch.com.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
There is trolling going on in chat, and I'm sad
Somebody's
that
gonna
I'm not
click
there
There's
to
always
troll along.
trolling. If Ben is on a stream, there's trolling in chat
Yeah, and
Every
because Ben is so easy to troll, and we love it.
yeah, I was gonna say this sounds great to me. Like, this is fantastic.
Oh my god. I clicked the link.
I clicked the link. No.
It's
Is
fantastic.
it Ditto? Is it Dancing Ditto?
No, it says in big capital letters, nope.
Wait, they actually made a site of isitbensbirthday.com.
Birthday.com, and you click on it, and it says nope, and that's it.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I love that. That's
Oh my God.
amazing.
Oh, Jesus. Gotta add that to my channel.
Yeah.
Do it.
Same here. Oh,
Happy birthday.
I guess you know what? Why not? The milestones. Congratulations on 1.9 1.9k subs followers, subscribe, whatever it is, Gabby. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Equity.
It's really impressive.
Congratulations.
Nice
You
job.
did the thing.
Pete.
I think
Wow.
it's part of being a variety streamer that you play a lot of games and people come and watch
Well,
that game, but that's
Yeah.
a good way to,
I was gonna
think
say
we'll
you also played a lot of Witcher. Sorry, Gwent.
Gwent.
You played a lot of Gwent, which is why when you said you played 100 games last year, I was like, how did you do that? Because I saw how much Gwent you played.
400 hours of Gwent streamed in like 3 months.
Yes,
I don't,
that's
I don't
yeah,
know.
yep.
I don't know what happened.
We
That's
gotta get you to
insane.
play Magic at some point.
I used to play Magic. I did the Return to Ravnica block back in the day.
Oh,
Dude,
play
that's
Arena,
just
play
so
Arena.
I
Play
should
Arena!
play it. It's
Yes!
on my, it's on my list.
Play Arena. Me and Ben played this week. I'm super
Yeah.
excited. Yes.
Yeah. I think you rated me right after that stream. Actually.
that's-
and
yes,
we were
that's true, that's
Talking about it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, KK, you had a milestone.
I did.
Yeah. He's
What was
very
your
sad
milestone?
about
I
it.
didn't hear it.
I hit 500 followers. So that's pretty cool.
Yes!
Hey,
Yes!
Yeah, pretty cool.
Congratulations.
Yes!
Yeah.
congrats.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Though I will be honest, it's really funny because technically I've reached it twice now. Because every time, as the first stream,
Yeah.
right, 100 was great. As soon as I went offline, and a couple days ago, it goes back to
Yep.
499.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay. And then I go live again, and I'm just then somebody follows like, let's go 500, woo, twice in a row. And now it's back at 499 again. So it's just like, can't wait to hit it a third time. You've heard of a streamer hitting it once, but have you heard it hitting it 3 times in a row?
No,
Yes,
it's not.
actually. Yes, I have, because that is just like a typical thing, right? Like every
It
time you hit a
happens all the
milestone,
time.
someone unfollows. And I don't know why. But it's
Yeah.
it's like clockwork.
Like
Yeah.
every time. It's one of the most annoying things.
Yeah, Jask
ever.
knows. Jask knows. Jask in the
That's
chat knows.
hilarious.
Oh man.
So annoying. But never
See,
mind,
the
I'm
only
back at
time
500. So
The
whoever
only time
followed,
we've
thank
lost
you.
followers, I know exactly why we lost followers, and that is because of Ben.
This does not sound like a story. It sounds
No,
like
okay.
something.
Totally a story.
It's totally
No,
a
it is
story.
totally
Here
a
we
story.
go.
All right, here we go.
streamed Skyward Sword for the first time, and we played it for like two and a half hours.
Yeah.
And the entire 2 hours, Ben was just, this game sucks, and this control sucks, and this is stupid, and this is horrible.
He,
And that's
he was
exactly
not
why.
having fun.
Bomb
He was
bowling.
not having fun. That's why now when we play Skyward Sword, I have the controller because I like the game. And if I hand Ben the controller, he's just like, "This is so dumb! I did that." And
Oh,
that's
man.
we lost like 5
Yeah.
hours that day. It was
People
hilarious
were-
though. We
People were
laugh
so
about it.
mad. Chat was like kind of pissed. Some people were just like, "What do you mean? This control is one of the best controls."
The most
And then
dangerous
just like-
in the PS.
I think I
Anytime.
remember at one point Bet was just like, "I don't care." It's just
Man, somebody came in with their opinion, and Ben was like, "Nah, screw you, get out of here."
so angry.
Yeah,
It's just
typically-
So mad.
Like Tuba says, I was there for the amusement. I would be there for that amusement too.
I was lurking hardcore, and all I hear
Yeah.
was Ben was like, "This game sucks." And I'm
I
like,
want that VOD. Isn't that Game Grumps' entire? Isn't that the Game Grumps' entire like thing?
Pretty much.
Like that's their
Yeah,
entire thing.
Oh, yeah.
The
I just
VOD
think it was
exists on
really
YouTube
funny.
now.
'Cause-
Oh my gosh, it was
I just-
so funny.
yeah.
I love the
I
game.
just think
And so I was sitting there
Yeah.
just like, you can just give me the controller. I can play. And he was like, no, I need to do this. And then he'd
let
get
me.
mad about it. And then he'd get mad. And it was real funny.
Yeah, and anytime
Hey,
someone
dude.
gets mad in chat, you need to have an auto, like you have to have a chatbot command for the Egoraptor sequelitis episode on Skyward Sword to put anyone who denies it in their place. Because there is an episode, a YouTube episode for those who do not know, which actually explains why Skyward Sword is, or how Skyward Sword is that bad. How it explains that it is that bad.
You know
Yeah.
the sad thing? I was quoting that video during all my ranting.
Oh,
and
yeah.
People were still getting mad at me.
No,
It's like,
Oh,
oh
yeah,
my
I
very
didn't know you were
much.
quoting
I'm
anything.
done, I'm
I
done.
didn't know that.
I did, and I enjoyed it, and I was, but I
I
think
had
what
no
made
idea.
I think what made it so, because Ben when he streams, he's usually like chill, calm, like enjoying the game, whatever.
Right.
To see him so mad and flustered at this
So
Zelda,
mad,
like I
flustered, and he was swearing. He was
think
swearing.
it's-
Ben never swears. And Ben's sitting there like, this game is stupid.
like it also it's just when you look at it from like a VOD perspective, right? You see this man getting mad at one of the brightest Zelda games, like it's so colorful and everything, and he's just like the graphics are terrible, the controls make no sense.
Swung it this way. Why is he swinging it that way?
Why can't I just press a button?
And this is the remake. You guys are playing the
It's a
remake,
remake.
which
It was
I
really
played it all on my own off stream though, and I absolutely adored it. And I was hardcore. Like I'm not gonna do the buttons. I'm gonna use only the motion controls. So I got really good at them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ben played through the entire game up until the boss, and then gave up on it
Oh my
Yep.
the
god.
first time he played it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have Skyward Sword. I haven't played it yet, and I didn't play
It's
the
so good.
original.
I think it's good.
I haven't played
I
it.
think it's
I've never played it.
It sounds like good or bad. It's gonna be interesting.
Oh,
it
it's-
sounds like-
oh yeah.
It's a trip.
Expect
boy.
a very divided comment section.
yeah. Oh my god.
Expect
yeah.
to lose and gain followers depending on what you say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you rant
But
for 2.5 hours,
Just go into the game saying, I have no opinion as you play.
But
I
that's
have
the
no opinion.
yeah. Just feel like I am neutral.
Yeah.
I'm neutral. This
What
game
do you-
is it's okay.
yes.
What do you think about the graphics? It's all right.
It is the
It's okay.
Futurama people, the
It's-
Futurama neutral people
Neutral.
meme. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna plead the
Um,
fifth.
Played the fifth. Played the fifth.
Yeah, it's kind of
Are
like when I
there-
said
Are there any topics that we did not hit today just yet? Technically we didn't hit the Among Us servers going down. Okay, Hogwarts Legacy. I was going to talk more about the Mario Kart DLC this week, but I haven't been able to play it that much.
I haven't
Oh
played it at
God.
all.
Yeah.
We finally
I
got
want-
Mario Kart for ourselves though. We have it now.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I have to play
oh my
like
god.
friends'
And I-
copies because I
I-
lent it to my nephew. Yeah.
Yeah. I had Mario Kart for the longest time. I had it. But it was my
But that was long
my
ago.
my sister's fiance's birthday was coming up, and one of the games that he wanted other than the Kirby game was Mario Kart, and like it was last minute, so I was just like, just give him our copy and I'll get something off Reddit.
Yeah.
And I did manage to snag one, but we're still in the like it's Reddit, so it's so like ugh.
It's Reddit. You
But
have
I'm in the process of getting the game back, and once I get it back, then I'll try out the DLC.
once those aliens
it's
send it in the mail.
yeah, when they sell it from the UFO, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Yeah, I mean Coconut Ball, so it's fantastic anyways, because Coconut Mall. So that's all I have to say.
Jask is addicted to the new tracks, and Jask is probably the person who plays the most of Mario Kart between all of us. Jask in the chat. I know there's no one here, but Jask who has been on the podcast many a time. So their view on this is great. So if they're addicted to the new tracks, that's great news. I have played the new tracks on as well on the phone versions, but that's a gacha game, so
They don't count. I will say
yeah.
that right now. They don't count.
Yeah.
They're completely different in the DLC, like 100%.
Okay, yeah.
Other than the graphics, but that's
So do we want to touch a little bit on Among Us? If not, I guess we'll move over to final thoughts, and then again we'll talk more about give our channels one last shout out, and sadly depart for this evening and find someone to raid. If anyone's listening to the recording, that will mean nothing to you, and that will be great. But
Sorry, Jack Lockjaw just in chat said no one's playing Chocobo Racing.
Oh, yeah, no one is.
Chocobo GP.
What do you mean no one's playing? Did anyone mention Chocobo Racing? I love that Jack Lockjaw just said it.
I knew that it existed.
It
I used to
exists.
play
Okay.
Final Fantasy VII just to get to the Chocobo breeding and racing part, and I have never actually finished the game. You just get to Chocobo Racing.
It's
There's a standalone game now.
Final Fantasy VII ends once you race on a Chocobo.
Is it in
You
the
get
remake?
The gold one, you get the black one. I don't know.
It's in the original. It's late in the original. Is it in the remake? Because it's late in the
I haven't
original.
played the remake.
Okay, yeah.
The remake.
I'll
wouldn't-
commit it once, and then I will.
Yeah. It wouldn't be in the remake because, like, at the point where you get it in the actual game, the remake doesn't go there yet.
Wait, Chocobo Racing is free? I knew it was a game. I think it was Chocobo GP. Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's
That
a
is-
full-priced game, and it
is.
It had some controversy because they had also a battle pass inside of the free game that cost a bunch of money if you wanted Cloud, and it was like, no, I paid $60. Give me my game. People don't understand that. I paid $60. Give me my game. I need to make that a website.
I've been saying that forever. Make the website, please.
I will. I think it's just gonna be like a sub tag because I do have a new blog. I'll just redirect it to
that comment. He just went, "Yeah, that's why Elden Ring is so good.
Yeah,
it's one of the
it's just-
one
No
of the reasons.
microtransactions.
There it
You get
is.
what you get."
Yeah, and there are many games that are great.
You pay for pain, but fun.
Like the Mario
pay for
Kart
pain,
DLC,
but fun.
it's 48 tracks. Gabby, you don't play that much Nintendo, from what I recall. How much would you guess they would charge for 48 tracks? It's 48 tracks.
Oh, I don't know. Nintendo? It's probably
Nintendo, probably
30 bucks, 60
Yeah.
bucks. Yeah, 30.
So I would guess around the
It's
same
Canadian
amount.
though,
What?
to be honest. So my 30 Canadian is like
Oh.
your guys is 15 American.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that does. Now we have to do math. So, it's 25 US.
No math on the stream.
25 US is about like 35 Canadian then. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So like, it's very reasonable. I think it's
100%.
very reasonable.
100%.
No,
Especially-
Is- what?
Especially for a game that came out like what 10 years like when
Yeah.
the Wii U was out. Like
Yeah,
the fact that they added 48 tracks, 48.
yeah, to
like
the yeah.
I saw the original like while I was scrolling through Twitter, like as one does. I saw like these like 3 different pictures, and it just completely blew my mind. When the original Mario Kart 8 came out, I just forgot that the DLC, the Zelda tracks and stuff weren't there. So there was only like I think 7 or 6 tracks in the original version. Then they added 4 more ones.
Yeah,
and now
yeah.
they're adding all those,
Yeah.
but brand new for $25 US. Like that's amazing.
And they're
That's
doing it
awesome.
That's a great deal.
8 tracks every. I don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be like Smash every 3 or 4 months. They didn't say the exact time.
They haven't
It's
said,
over
but
2
they
years.
said it would. They said it would at the end of 2023. I think it would be done. I think.
Yeah.
That's what
So
they said.
you're getting consistent content over the next 2 years for $25. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And like, I know people are like, just like, I wish I had new characters because I also wish I had new characters, but I think they're saving that for the next Mario Kart. And also, when I think about it, because I was just like, man, I wish I had some of the like when I thought about the roster, looking at the Mario Kart 8 roster, I was just like, man, I wish I had some characters from like that they had in Wii. And then I checked back at Wii, and I was just like, there's only like 2 that they didn't add. Like at this point in the series, like every racer that we've had so far is there, except for a few selections. Like, oh no, we don't have Wiggler. Sad face.
You know what's weird? The phone game has the biggest roster.
Yeah, but I don't count the phone game because it's the phone game.
Yeah, because it's literally there to siphon money out of you, which is whatever.
It's only got a huge roster because there's literally, and I'm not kidding, 20 versions, or like not like 20. Maybe I'm just
No, there's like 20 versions of Mario.
There's over 10 versions of Mario.
Yeah.
And the same thing for Princess Peach.
Yeah.
And you like they're just costumes, except for the only version of Mario that I will count and I will accept is when they did the Mario Kart anniversary. They added
8-bit.
the 16-bit 8-bit version
16,
of Mario,
yeah.
and then also added
Donkey Kong Jr.
Donkey Kong Jr. Those 2, fine, they get a pass from me.
Wait, isn't Diddy Kong Donkey Kong Jr.?
No.
Oh God,
like-
I don't know.
Also,
anything.
Donkey Kong may be Donkey Kong's grandson, because Cranky Kong might be Donkey Kong.
Yes, that's what I believe.
That
in
is
the original,
a
There's
possible
lore in Donkey Kong games
Yes.
now?
Yeah.
Also, Bowser Jr. isn't Bowser's kid.
Yes, he is. The Koopalings aren't his kids.
Or the Koopalings aren't his kids, and Bowser is their father, or something. Bowser's their father, and Miyamoto was like on the record. It was like some Nintendo Direct thing.
Bowser looking at all the Koopalings, just going, "I am not your father."
Yeah.
Walking away, stomping away.
No, he gets on the ship and flies away.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just,
Like Star Wars style, he cuts one of their hands off and then he just walks away.
Yeah. There was like some Miyamoto asks thing where like they gave Miyamoto a bunch of questions, and he's like, I'm gonna reveal who Miyamoto's mother is. I'm gonna reveal who Donkey Kong Jr. is. Okay, I'm off track. Bowser Jr.'s father or mother is, and then Miyamoto is like, it's me. That was it. That was it.
it was fantastic.
All right, if any of that was intelligible, let me know in the comments below.
I got it.
Bellagio.
Oh, jeez.
There's some
Bellagio
inside
goes-
jokes going on in chat,
Oh my gosh.
as per
Bellagio
usual.
goes, Ben and I only had one kid, Bowser Jr.
But with the Bowser, like,
Yeah.
as quoting Bowser,
Oh my
or quoting himself as
Well,
Bowser.
those are inside jokes.
Yeah. How can you call Tour a Mario Kart game when freaking Mario himself is DLC? It's true.
Facts.
When you log in, I think you get Luigi, which is hilarious. You get
No.
someone who's not Mario. Who do you
You
get?
get a random character.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I thought
my
it'd be
first character
hilarious.
was Toad, I think.
I think
forget.
mine was like Daisy or something.
Yeah,
you
you don't get Mario.
Yeah, but there are
You-
look. I will give it credit for having very interesting characters. Like you get Funky Kong in that. You get
Dixie Kong,
Dixie Kong. I don't have.
King Bomb.
Big Bomb, Boo, and like the version for Luigi's Mansion.
Best version.
Yeah, Cat Bowser. Anywho, we're talking skins now, but we should start going with final thoughts. Because if not, we're gonna be here forever, and then everyone's gonna hate me. That's
That's not true.
There's so much hate, so much hate. So was there anything either this week? Any final thoughts? Let's go around and start with KK. Always has something on his mind. KK.
My final thoughts in general.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to say this during the soundtracks, but Unironically, my favorite soundtrack has to be Barbie Horse Adventures Wild Horse Rescue.
Of
Very
course.
relaxing. Just saying. It's very relaxing. Beautiful. Honest to God. I've listened to
Love
it
it.
so many times. Can listen to it many more times again. Best soundtrack, don't at me.
Don't at me, bro.
Yeah. If we're going to like, is this like also like, I guess the shout out like the
Yeah,
talk
sure.
channel,
Let's do
whatever.
that.
Yeah. So again, thank you, Pocket, for having me, and also it was
Thank
great
you.
to talk to you. It's great talking to Ben and Abby again, and also super great to talk to you, Gabby. Seen you a couple times. Awesome talking to you as well. Yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv/KKrider276. Currently playing through Final Fantasy 15. Also a great soundtrack, by the way. Also playing through Sonic 06 as Sonic. Gonna have to speedrun that game. Yay me.
Is that even a
and then-
thing? Well, because of the
happened?
loading screens, you must be not playing on Xbox because the loading screens I think on Xbox.
I am. No, I
What?
am.
Oh, okay.
I-
The loading
the
screens
load-
kill your time.
Yes, they do. But there are glitches in the game where you could beat Sonic's story in under 13 minutes. So gotta learn that.
Gotta learn fast.
Yeah, but also that, and then also playing West of Loathing with one of my mods. So if you like chaos, if you like things like variety and all that stuff, I'm your guy. But thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you. And guys, go follow these people. Ben, I feel bad because I should find more things and shout you out more. What are your thoughts? I know you've been holding it in this entire time.
I have no additional thoughts.
Ben, come on.
I have said everything I wanted to say.
Ben, you're the most opinionated person I know in video games. You can't tell me you have no thoughts.
Ben has said
I mean,
all
like-
he has to say for Skyward Sword for the day.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what? You're right.
Yeah, you put me on the spot like that, so.
Okay, take your time. Don't worry
No.
about it.
Oh yeah. So first off, thank you for having us on.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thanks
Yeah,
for letting me do this from the car.
Thank you for pulling it off.
Yeah, Gabby, it was nice to meet you. KK,
Super nice to meet you, Gabby.
nice to talk to you again.
Nice to meet you too.
It was nice meeting you guys. You
Nice.
guys are great.
Yeah, this is my stop. Yeah.
Peace out, homies.
If you have any other thoughts, just let us know. And the Gaming Avengers is both Gabby and is both Abby. I knew it was gonna happen once.
This one.
It was gonna happen once. It was gonna happen at least once.
You heard it here first. Gabby is now part of the Gaming
No,
Avengers.
no,
Whoa,
it's
you're an Avenger.
I made it.
Oh.
I knew my
Congratulations.
audition. I knew my
Start
audition would go
tomorrow.
well.
I knew I was gonna train wreck something. I'm glad it's just that.
Just that.
Just
It's
that.
Okay.
So Abby and Ben are both the Gaming Avengers. So go follow them. And Abby, give us your final thoughts as well. But if someone wants to find someone we're going to raid someone. So post that in the chat. Abby, some final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Thanks for having us. This is awesome. meeting all you
Thanks.
guys are
I
super cool.
guess.
Thanks for putting up with my shenanigans.
No,
of trying
thank
to do this in the
you.
car.
Thank you. As really,
It was real fun.
yes, we need your energy
drive-
every week.
It made the
You are
drive
always
like
a delight.
way better. Oh man, every week I could make that work.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I know.
No, thanks so much for having all of us on. I got to meet a really cool streamer. Gabby's this side for me, okay? So I'm gesturing this way. It's not
Gabby
this
is that
direction,
side
probably.
for well, a little
Really?
bit higher, yeah.
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 That way.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
way.
you're on it.
There
Spot
you go.
on.
I got to meet a really cool streamer, and I got to see KK again, and I got to hang out with you guys, and it was awesome. So thanks for having us. Yeah, go play games that we talked about because they gotta be cool. Go play Elden Ring.
Go play all the
Yeah.
things.
Go play
now-
the games. Elden Ring.
The games, Elden Ring. That
The
one.
games,
Yeah.
Elden Ring,
From
a
what we
second time.
talked for, like,
It's gonna be
half
the
an
game
hour.
of the year, guys. It's gonna be the game of the year.
100%.
Any final thoughts, Gabby?
Yeah. Okay. This is super great. Thank you guys so much. It's really nice
Thank
to meet
you.
you all. I wanted to say that everyone should try Elden Ring because it's amazing, and just you're gonna die. It's okay. It's like it's a lesson in death. Death is fleeting.
You're right.
Don't worry about it.
Death is
fine.
fleeting.
It's just if you just make peace with that at the beginning, you'll have a much better time.
Somebody just clip her saying, "You're gonna die," and that's it.
You're gonna die.
That is
Also,
great.
you know, it's a metaphor for life.
Yeah, it's.
I am a variety streamer, though you wouldn't know it by watching my last 2 weeks of streams, because I've been kind of hooked. I am doing a Resident Evil stream coming up this month, though, with Jack Lockjaw, who in the chat was hanging out. He's going to coach me through a Resident Evil stream, so we're looking forward to that. And
Which 7?
I think no, I did half of 7. I can't remember if it's 2 or 4. I think it's 4. I don't remember. He told me.
4 is the legendary one. So
4
either
is
way,
legendary.
apparently they both were good. So it sounds like you're in for a good time.
Jack, which one are we doing? Oh my god, help me in chat. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. Thanks for having me. And
Absolutely. Thank you all for being here. I do hope you're playing 4, and I do hope you're playing the 4 version on the PS2 with the chainsaw controller, or the 4 version on the iPhone or the N-Gage. Yes.
No, just on Steam, but maybe I can
such a
port
shame.
the iPhone version in.
But next time it's gonna be on the N-Gage, right?
It's gonna be on the N-Gage.
Oh yeah, of course. Pulls out the N-Gage right here.
We're gonna start with RE3 and then RE2. Okay, there we go.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Jack.
Oh, okay. RE3. Yes, and then back. Okay, sweet. It's definitely looks like a good time. Everyone go and follow these lovely people.
Only if you follow Pocket first.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And we get raided by Lee at the end. Oh my god, Lee, thank you so much for the raid.
We're about to get this
raid
Captain
Confusion, thank you. Cryham, thank you. Lootbox.
The one that we're raiding into is dope.
Right at the end. Lee is a good friend of ours. I hope to get Lee on the podcast again soon. We do these podcasts just about every week, as long as I can organize and find the friends to do so to them. Some other notes. We might be doing Magic on Tuesday or something else Tuesday and Thursday, and then back next Sunday. I think we're playing with Homeboy. We're doing a podcast again Sunday with Homeboy. With that out of the way, feel free to, I don't know, just follow these guys. That's all you gotta do. And send some good love to the next person. And I'm so sorry, Lee, that you caught me in the middle of a raid. We'll catch you guys later. Let me get this raid going.
Raid train. Let's go.
Yes.
I feel bad that's right in the middle of a raid. Right in the middle of a raid.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's okay.
23. Let's go.
I know. Let's go. And everyone at home, we'll catch you later.